Gavin? No. That's what I thought. Justice.
So it seems a lot of folks online are upset about Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig getting snubbed at the Oscars this year. Some are calling it misogyny, some are calling it gender-based discrimination, despite the fact that another actress was featured in the movie, America Ferrera, got nominated for Best Supporting Actress. But let's not talk about that. I'm not here to talk about whether or not they deserve to win an Oscar, because frankly, I don't care to have that conversation, and I find it weird that y'all do. It is 2024, y'all. Why do we as film fans place so much importance on these little melted pieces of bronze? We all know the Academy is run by a bunch of snooty rich white dudes who are completely out of touch with what the public wants. They can make as many PR statements as they want about diversity and representation till they're blue in the face. Even if they got one or two women or a couple of minorities on the stage, we know they're not the ones making the decision. 9 times out of 10, the parameters they choose to see who's gonna win has nothing to do with actual merit. So why do we still see it as this crowning achievement that filmmakers should be striving for? Also, let's remember that the movie still got nominated for not 1, but 2 categories. Just because Ryan Gosling is the only one anybody wants to talk about shouldn't overshadow America Ferrera being nominated. Like what, did y'all expect them to win every single category at the Oscars this year? Because if so, I'm sorry to tell y'all, Barbie is not that movie. And I liked Barbie. I had a good time watching Barbie. You would never catch me saying that it's some top tier, upper echelon masterpiece of cinema. That being said, if you're still mad about it, if you still feel like Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie deserve more recognition, just remember that award shows like the Oscars only have as much value as the audience puts into it. If we all were to wake up and decide tomorrow, hey, I don't really give a fuck about the Oscars, create a new award system that would better reflect what the audience would actually appreciate, the Academy loses all of its power. Let's keep it a buck. The fact that it took Will Smith physically assaulting someone for the Oscars to hold any kind of cultural relevance, even for a couple weeks, proves how little people actually care about it. But let's stop kidding ourselves and stop acting like we need these academies to tell us what a good movie is.
I come before you today, humbled and humiliated, to ask you for one thing. I want you to kill Peter Parker.
We are here with
Sean Skier. This particular piece, I've had it 21 years. I woke up at around 3 o'clock in the morning. No intention on what I was doing. All I know is that I wanted to use a calligraphy brush, and I just wanted to draw a figure. And I love what movement paint does on its own. Paint just kind of did its own thing. I'm grateful for it. Very grateful that I have an opportunity to be here with these other artists and to be sharing with the Fine Line OCAD program. It was a wealth of information. It's nice to keep up with that, with changes.
Streets are saying that Marvel and Sony are fighting over what direction they want to take Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4. As far as we know right now, these are all just rumors, but apparently Sony wants to bring Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire back for the sequel, continuing with the multiverse angle that's kind of become their bread and butter over the last couple years, while Disney Marvel wants to bring Tom Holland's Spider-Man back to his street-level roots, making a more grounded, mature Spider-Man story to match the character growing in age. Now, I understand why Sony would think bringing Tobey and Andrew back for a second time would be a good idea in theory. However, if you ask me as a Spider-Man fan who grew up on the comic, who was not super impressed by the first 2 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, leaning into the Tobey and Andrew angle is the exact opposite of what they should be doing right now. We just got 2.5 movies of Iron Boy Jr. overly relying on Stark Tech and superhero mentors. But at the end of No Way Home, we finally get to a point where Peter Parker is completely on his own, now having to build himself up as a man and a superhero for the first time in his life. Well, let's explore that. The thing about Spider-Man that I feel like Sony and even a lot of fans fail to understand, Spider-Man himself, as a character, is enough. You shouldn't need all these gimmicks to tell a good Spider-Man story. The reason why fans love Spider-Man so much and why Stan Lee loved writing him is the everyman superhero who looks out for the little guy. When was the last time we got that from MCU Spider-Man? Homecoming? Far From Home takes him completely out of his element, traveling the world as some junior S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and in No Way Home, multiverse. Which again, was cool to see, but you can't keep trying to catch lightning in a bottle twice. If Sony was smart, they would have made Andrew Garfield the Spider-Man of the Venom universe. We don't even need to get into all the nonsense that's been going on with that. Better yet, have them show up in the Spider-Verse movies. No, the movies that are designed specifically for the multiverse of Spider-Man characters? I don't know, just a thought. What do you guys think? Would you rather see a more grounded street-level storyline for Spider-Man 4? Would you rather just see the 3 Spider-Men get reunited? Let me know in the comments below. And if you fly like me, give me a follow. Hip hip hooray, Foggy and Karen are back. Whoop-de-doo. Here's my question though. Why did y'all ever decide to leave these characters out in the first place? Why did that idea ever even cross your mind? How do you, as a Marvel executive whose main primary goal is to make money for your company, look at a show like Daredevil, the most universally beloved live-action Marvel show ever to exist, and say, yeah, scrap everything except Daredevil, Punisher, and Kingpin? Why? Why not put his 2 core supporting characters in it? Why not put Wilson Bethel, one of the main standouts of season 3 in it? Why not give the fans what they want? I don't know. Is it me? Am I crazy? Because the more I hear about what they were gonna do with this show before more they fire the writing staff, the more it really makes me wonder who's making these decisions at Marvel. Like, whose bright idea was it to greenlight an Echo show before even seeing the fans' reception to the character in Hawkeye? And what are y'all doing down there? All that being said, this is still at least a step in the right direction. So what do you guys think? Does seeing Foggy and Karen come back make you more excited to see Daredevil Born Again? Let me know in the comments below, and if you fly like me, give me a follow.
Oh, she was just... I almost did something I was gonna regret.
This is my ranking of DC characters based on who make the best partner on a two-man. From S to D tier. Right away, Superman is going right to A tier, because you know he will make it his personal mission to help you secure the bag. He's the type of wingman to throw himself under the bus just to make you look good. Let you win an arm wrestle competition and really play up the loss. Like, damn man, I told you to go easy on him. The only drawback is, he's too honest, which, depending on what kind of guy you are, can either work to your benefit or detriment. Batman goes straight to C tier. Because while he won't actively sabotage you with the ladies, he ain't doing shit to help you. He'll spend the entire night just stunting on you every chance he gets. Pulling up in a fucking Audi 3005, buying round after round of drinks for the whole table and making it rain like Aurora Monroe, dazzling the shawties with his extensive knowledge of art, music, international cuisine, and then to end the night, he'd probably buy the whole damn restaurant, just cause he can. I'm putting Hal at B tier, because while you got a decent chance at success with him as your backup, I feel like you have just as good a chance of him blowing the whole operation by saying some dumb shit. Jon Stewart, on the other hand, goes to A tier, because he is chill, calm, and collected, and knows how to act under pressure. He'll let you do most of the talking, giving you an alley-oop when necessary. By the end of the night, y'all are in. Really doesn't matter which Flash you're talking about, they all go at S tier. The access they have to the Speed Force leaves very little margin for error. What do I mean by that? Because the second you find yourself in a precarious spot, in danger of fumble, all you gotta do, turn back time to 5 minutes ago, and tell you what pitfalls to avoid. And just through process of trial and error, he will carry y'all to the promised land. Diana pretty much has the same problem as Clark, honest to a fault. In fact, probably even more so. But with Wonder Woman, because the potential bonus of her putting you on to her Amazonian homies. And if she does hook you up, you best come correct, because she is not giving you no easy wins. She's gonna treat you like a hostile witness, giving you every third-degree question, making you jump through every hoop to ensure you're worthy. If you do pass the test, you better pray things don't end badly between y'all, because if you break her homegirl's heart, woo, that's your ass. So I guess I'll put her at high A tier. Like for part 2, and if you fly like me, give me a follow. Jesse Eisenberg just gave Nicholas Hoult the best advice he possibly could have given him for playing Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy. And that advice is not to watch how he did it. Based. I won't lie, when I first saw this quote, I thought Eisenberg was saying not to watch his performance because of how bad it was. When really, he was just trying to tell Nicholas Hoult not to let the performances of previous Lex Luthors influence his take on the character. That if he wants to be successful, he should just do his own thing with it. Which definitely tracks considering the weird neurodivergent Jim Carrey impression he was doing in Batman v Superman. But I don't know, personally, I like my version of the story better, where he's like, no, please, learn from my mistakes. Don't watch my Lex Luthor. What do you guys think? Is Nicholas Hoult gonna be a good Lex Luthor? Would you ever want to see Jesse Eisenberg reprise his role in the future? Is a multiverse, it could happen. Let me know in the comments below. If you fly like me, give me a follow.